Let me go to Oyuu, because you talked about HELB, and this is a major area of focus for the Presidential Working Party on education, that amongst other issues had released its first preliminary report on the domiciling of junior secondary school learners within their present schools. But do you foresee, predictably, Katibu, a better targeting system by the Higher Education Loans Board? Because the concern is that the access to this funding, and in terms of its loan recovery processes, it isn't adequate, it isn't sufficient. Do you foresee a very conclusive report on how we can better restructure HELB for students who are needy and from vulnerable households to access?
Now, I think the Presidential Working Party is still working on so many things, including the issues of HELB. What we need to hammer on is, an open discussion where our suggestions to the same also reach the Presidential Working Party. Because right in there, they could be making their own discussion, and outside here, the experience is there. Just for example, about the domiciling of junior secondary in primary schools. If we just left it to their own discussion, wherever they are, I think we would have missed it. The end result of having this junior secondary domiciled in primary schools came as a result of, that consultative approach. They came out, they demanded to know, right from the 110 branches of Kenya National Union of Teachers, what is the position? So what I want to maintain here is a serious dialogue, a serious discussion, so that we balance what we end up with as an end result. Yes. So even as we talk of HELB funding, yes, practically, when there's a total delay in funding, the need for the funding is really reduced. When should this funding come? When it's come needy, let it be there. We have students who go out here saying, we were expecting funding. We've not gotten it. So what happens between the time that is actually delayed? It means that the effect of the funding is not realized at all. So what I want to propose here, even as we talk about funding from HELB, let it be very timely. Let it be timely to the extent that it assists the very needy students for the funding.